won't stick, but in order for something to really be retained and be able to be used again, it needs to connect to what we already know. Those connections are really important. So we know that in order to attach that new information, we have to connect it with prior knowledge. But what we also know is that we have to organize that information effectively. Imagine if you had a really large walk-in closet, but you had no organizing structures in there, no rods, no hooks, no cubbies, no drawers, no shelves, no hangers, nothing. If all of your clothes, shoes, and accessories were on a pile on the floor, it would take forever to find the items that you wanted to wear on any given day. And that's what it's like in terms of learning new information. It has to be organized so that we can retrieve that information when we get it. And what's critically important is that nobody can organize it for you. So we cannot call the closet installation crew and install a structure into our students' minds. They have to be able to organize it for themselves. Another key point that we know about how we learn relates to motivation. We have to be motivated to want to do the work that is required to learn in meaningful ways. Motivation and engagement are necessary precursors. I have to want to go to class, for example, and then once I'm in class, I have to do the actual practice, the activities, and the things that are involved in helping students learn. So motivation is a key point there. We also know that scaffolding is important. We have to sort of develop foundational knowledge and skills prior to our ability to learn more complex information, knowledge, and skills. And I've thought about this as a former dance teacher of over 20 years. You teach those basics. You teach students, you teach dancers how to hold themselves, how to execute balance, for example, before you teach them how to perform beautiful, brilliant turns and leaps. So building on foundational knowledge is key to how we learn. We also know that students need to be able to understand how they're doing. Are they on track with their learning? We know that a significant challenge that students experience is to go into a test feeling confident and then really not perform the way that they were expecting to be able to perform. So helping students know if they're on track with their learning, and I'd like to think about this in terms of literal target practice. Imagine an archer with a bow and an arrow. That target is there to help the archer know, right? Thank you, Adam. Help the archer know if they're going to be on target and what adjustments they need to make in their approach as a result. We also know that learning takes work, right? For deep and durable learning to happen, it requires friction. It requires work. It's not going to happen by accident, and